Hi there, my name is Kyle. I'm here with Makers Mercantile to talk with you about all the things in today's newsletter. So the yarn that we are featuring today is Zauberball Cotton, which is a 100% long staple Greek cotton that is dyed by 𝗁𝗂𝘃 in Germany. So this one is color 2406, just to give you an idea of some of the fun colors that are in it. And if you buy just one ball, you might get it, in the way that it's wrapped here. But because of the way that Zauberball cotton is made, the color the color changes are a longer length amount than just one ball of yarn. So this is color 2406. And what's really awesome about it is this is also color 2406. And this is color 2406. So you get an idea that when you purchase this yarn, the three balls of yarn may look like they are not, related somehow. But as you keep working with the yarn, you'll see that the colors actually it's all from the same palette. In fact, these three plus these other two, let's see if I can get all of the family together. Here we go. So all five of these are the same bag. This was all in one bag from the manufacturer in Germany. So the sweater. So this is called Bearbree. It's by Isabell Kraemer, and she has designed this really awesome top-down sweater. So it uses, short rows in the back, and you keep working sort of flat until you get to where that V in the V-neck connects the two sides, and then you work in the rounds, and that's how we get symmetrical sides on here. So how do you do that when you have yarns that all are sort of appearing like they sort of feel different? One way you can do it, if you want, is you can take this ball of yarn and put it in a bowl, wind it into a cake on your ball winder, then do the same with the other balls of yarn that you're doing. That way, when you look at it, you don't just see sort of what's on the surface. You think of it as a gel breaker, the different layers of color that are in there. You'll be able to see sort of how those colors change within this specific ball of yarn versus this one. And then from there, you can make a really smart decision about which one to use next. You can also wind off and save a bit of that yarn. Go ahead and cut out a color if you need to get to another color in progression as you are joining and working your project. So that's something to keep in mind as you are working this piece. The actual garment itself uses anywhere for like 3 or 4 balls. I believe all the information is in the newsletter. And if you buy 3 or more balls of Zauberball Cotton, now through Friday the 13th, we will give you the Bearbree sweater pattern. This pattern will purchase it from Isabell and get that sent off to you, as well as a skacel by Addy size 4 32-inch fixed circular needle. So you'll get both the pattern and that needle, which you'll need for your project. So choose your favorite one, buy the yarn that you need. If you just want to buy a ball or 2 of yarn as well, you can check that out. It's a really wonderful yarn to work all kinds of fun projects. So again, 3 or more balls of yarn of the Zauberball Cotton. Now through Friday, you'll get the Bearbree V-neck pullover pattern by Isabell Kraemer, plus a skacel rocket circular US 4 32-inch. So that's the awesome deal. The second thing I want to remind you of, and also you'll need in here, so the notions, of course, you need some notions, you need the tapestry needle and scissors and all that stuff, but you also need stitch markers. And in this case, in this pattern, you need a total of 7, and one of them needs to be unique. So I thought it'd be really nice just to remind you of our little makers. Let's see, makers, stitch markers. So these are the little bulb-shaped markers. There are 15 of them in here, all different colors, which is kind of fun. And this container is fantastic because it's compact, which means you can throw it in your project bag, and then you always know where those little stitch markers are living. So check that out. It's a great little thing to add into your crafty arsenal. So that's the stitch markers. The next thing that we'll talk about is Carson's book. So this is Knitting Comfortably. We just got in some back orders. We had some people who had purchased this when we were at Vogue Knitting Live, and we placed an extra order of a few more so that you have the ability to purchase it as well. So Carson lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. He is a physical therapist. He specializes in ergonomics, which means, how we position our bodies as we perform different tasks. So one of the things that he helps people who are crafting with is, of course, posture, sitting up properly, but also gives us really practical information about how to use those tools of sort of checking our body, like checking how we are sitting in a practical way. So one of my favorite things that he suggests to people is, if you're working on a project in the round, something in the round with an end of round marker, you get to the end of the round, and when you get to that marker, stop for a second and sort of, mentally sort of scan, how is your body feeling? How are you sitting? Are you, sitting posture is okay? Are your arms hurting? Your hands hurting? Is your neck sore? Are you slunched over? Correct the things that you can before you dive into the next round. I think that's really an awesome thing to do. So you get to that end of that round and you just sort of take a moment just to check yourself. Am I okay? Oh, I really am sitting differently than I might want to be. Also in this book, I pulled this. I think this one graphic is really great. So we talk about our Rocket Square needles and how they are ergonomic and really comfortable and awesome for people who have, arthritis or that kind of, pain in their hands as they're working. And it's that rounded, square and textured, flat surface that helps relieve the pressure of knitting. And that little graphic right there, you can see how a round needle, there's more force exerted towards the fingertip than that flatter portion of the Rocket Square. And of course, similarly, if you use a square needle and use the very edge of the needle pushed against the pad of your finger, that creates a very focused bit of pressure, which can be quite uncomfortable. So anyway, it's a great book. Carson did an amazing job. I mean, really wanted to make sure that everyone had the opportunity to have the knowledge literally at their fingertips. So get the book, read it, and digest the information, and help yourself experience, I was going to say live a pain-free life, but whatever. You're very able to experience what it's like to be able to knit longer and more comfortably as you're working, putting some of those key tools in place. Other stuff, I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm not, and this is why we're here, right? Other things I wanted to mention, and I'm sort of excited about, is we have the Addy To Go. So this is the little Addy To Go heart. Hello. And this goes from a size 9 to a size 15 needle. So this is for the larger ones. And we've had these individual Addy To Go's for a while, but back in stock are the teensy ones, the little ones. They go from a size 000 up to like an 8 or so. And the way these work, I will demonstrate it with the this larger one. So there are two little pieces of plastic separated by the spring, and you squeeze down on there. You put the needle into those two openings, and when you release the spring, it tensions up and squeezes against the needle, and it keeps your work on your needle so it doesn't fly off when it's, sitting in your project bag or on the sofa or whatever. It is ideal for things like working with a cotton yarn, because the yarn is quite slippery, so it helps to keep the needle inside your work, keeps the stitches on your needle, and you don't have to worry about picking up drop stitches. So the Addy To Go, the little individual hearts are available. You can grab them while they last. And then the last thing I want to mention is we have a shadow knitting basics event. So it's kind of like a class, kind of like a workshop, but more of a demystifying demonstration. Instructor Kim Olson and I, we're going to hang out together. It'll just be about an hour, this event. It is going to be on Thursday, June the 9th from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. And so you just come, you can watch and see how easy it is to do this magical type of knitting, this technique. It's so simple. We'll have a little worksheet and some key hints and tips that we will send along to all the people who register. The space is kind of limited, of course, so we do encourage you, if you do sign up, really would love to have you join us as well. So you'll learn how to follow those patterns, how to make these pieces by following the instructions, and you'll be able to dive right in to your first project. So I think that is it for today's newsletter. It's a great day, beautiful day here just outside of Seattle. If you have not yet signed up for on Facebook, liked us on Facebook, and followed us on Instagram, we encourage you to do that. Of course, following the videos on YouTube as well, so that you're certain to be notified when we have a deal or a contest or a giveaway. We think it's really awesome that you're part of our family, and we'd love to know that you're out there. So come say hi, follow and like and thumbs up and all of that stuff for us. And I guess that's it for today. So if you need anything, we are here. Give us a call or send out an email. Otherwise, head on over to the newsletter, grab some Zauberball Cotton, 3 or more balls of that yarn, and you're gonna get the Báirbre pullover pattern by Isabell Kraemer, as well as that, that needle, as long as you're purchasing now through Friday the 13th. So I think that is it. Have a great day, and we will see you again on Friday. Bye, everyone.